If you've been teaching for more than a day or two, you've probably had some negative experiences. You can get bitter or get better. You can turn lemons into lemonade, or you can take that negativity and carry that baggage around with you. Which sounds like the better option? In this episode, I'm going to go through some negative experiences that I've had in my career and was able to generate some positive outcomes for me and my students. Just a disclaimer, these examples have all been cherry-picked. There have been plenty of times in my career where I've got bitter over a negative experience instead of better. And what did it do? It hurt me twice. I'm not going to talk about these because the outcomes are boring and predictable. So that's why I'm cherry-picking the times that I was able to grow as a teacher. The second thing that I need to disclose is that all of these examples involve some sort of interpersonal conflicts. And as you know, there's always two sides to every story. The people on the other side aren't here to defend themselves or give their point of view. And I don't really want the focus to be on them, but on me as a teacher and my growth. Have you had a discouraging experience in your teaching? In the comment section below, please tell us your story. Did you get bitter or get better? If you got bitter, it's not too late to grow from it. I would love it if you had something that you could contribute, so please post in the comment section below, and thank you for watching. I've been teaching for a couple of decades now, and I teach on multiple campuses. And over the course of that time, I've had maybe 100 different administrators, and just about all of them last for about 3 years. That seems to be the general lifespan of an administrator. They get promoted, they go to central office, they take a lateral move, but that just seems to be about their lifespans, about 3 years. And depending on the administrator de jour that happens to be my evaluator that year, I've gotten some reviews that, let's just say, I'm not going to show my mom. Some have been great, some not so much, and they can kind of make me bitter if I let it. So right now, I'm going to show you an actual evaluation that I got, and I'm going to crop out some of the details about when it was and who gave it to me, but I just want you to get the point of something that I've gotten. Now, if you've been teaching for a long time and you take your groups to contest and you're getting 3s and 4s, you're probably not going to be happy with the result. And when I saw this review, you can see that I'm scoring in the 3 and 4 range. And I was less than thrilled to get that review. And that can make somebody pretty bitter if you'd let it get to you. But there's a great quote from Morgan Freeman, and not from the Shawshank Redemption. And these are his words. Don't take criticism from people you would never go to for advice. Most of your 3rd tier, 4th tier administrators are there primarily for disciplinary action, and that's what they do 90% of their day, and they're really good at what they do. But out of the 100+ administrators that I've had, I've never had one of them that had ever taught an orchestra class. So would you go to your evaluator to ask for advice on how to teach your orchestra class? So why would you accept their criticism? And how much thought should you get a less than favorable review? Probably about as much thought as what went into it. And it was probably written in between meetings with the vape pen kid and the kid that just got their 50th tardy of the semester, not orchestra kids. And all they got to do is make a few mouse clicks and hit send. And, just to put that into perspective, it's fine, but let's not take this too far, because that leads into bitterness. I just think it helps sometimes to look at it from a global point of view, put it into perspective. The intention behind these evaluators is to try to inspire you to become a better teacher. And the way some people do it is they give you a low review so that you work extra hard. And it kind of reminds me of that episode from The Simpsons where Homer takes a job as a manager in an auto plant.
Are you guys working?
Yes, sir, Mr. Simpson.
Could you, work any harder than this?
Sure thing, boss.
Hey, call me Homer.
But at the end of the day, you don't need to prove anybody to anyone. You don't need to retaliate by taking them down a peg or two. In fact, Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations that the best revenge is to be unlike he who performed the injury. And this wasn't written as advice to you or me. This was his advice to himself in his notebook. So what's the opposite of thoughtlessness for an evaluation? For me, that's thoughtful reflection. And instead of getting bitter and trying to take that evaluator down a peg, we're going to get better. We're going to go through the school year and we're going to evaluate ourselves thoughtfully. What went well, what didn't go well, what's working in your classroom, what's not. And let's go through this honestly. And if you have other teachers in your area, ask them, people that you value their opinion and their criticism, and see how you could get better as a teacher. At the beginning of the year, did you set up teaching goals? Did you meet these teaching goals? If not, what happened? If you exceeded them, why? And how can you replicate that next year? Are there more ways that you can engage with your community? Better ways? What goals can you set for next year? All of these things are going to make you a better teacher. I think way better to critically evaluate yourself and make adjustments rather than to get it from your evaluator. Have you had a discouraging experience in your teaching? In the comment section below, please tell us your story. Did you get bitter or get better? If you got bitter, it's not too late to grow from it. I would love it if you had something that you could contribute, so please post in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.